I already hear some of you. Well, the name of this show is Hillbilly Adventures. This doesn't seem like an adventure. It doesn't look very adventurous or fun to me. But buddy, I would agree with you, because you ain't the only one thinking that right now. As you can see, this is an absolute nightmare. Wait a minute. It's 11. It's not 11, it's a 10. That's why it ain't working. Well, I had a 10. I took it out. It's in my pocket, I swear. That's what happens when you start getting old and start losing your dang mind. Well, now I'm changing oil on my John Deere. This will be a lot easier. It's the exact same motor. And almost the exact same problem with getting this cover off. I took the cover off because mice in the winter like to build nests in there, and sure enough found one. But I will say that the John Deere version is a little beefier motor because it takes an oil filter, where the old Troybilt version don't. I'm trying to get you down here where you can see it. See right there? Right there. Yep. And yeah, it's a little better version. Other than that, I mean, it's identical. And I mean identical. Although I will say that this one here, instead of gravity feed, it's got the pump over here, and it does run better. It runs a lot smoother than the older one, even though carburetor is pretty much the same. Nicky 6 carb. They also made an improvement on the other side for draining your oil. They actually added that pipe so that when you do an oil change, you don't end up with oil all over your frame, and you can drop it straight down in the bucket like I got going on right here. Where the other one, your plug's right there and you can't put it anywhere else just because of the design of the tractor. There's a bar going down in your way. I will say that the John Deere is inferior in one way, and that's the dang cup holder. The Troybilt holds a bigger cup. That's about all I can say. Other than that, you know, this is a D105. There's a lot of people don't like these things. They have the plastic transmission. I'm not a big fan of that either. I've had good luck with mine. Mine hasn't had any problems, and it's been a real trooper. And I've had it now for 5 or 6 years. You know, but it does worry me with that the transmission problems these things have. You know, and you know, might be time to sell this thing while the getting's good and it's running good. I've kind of been mulling that over my head a little bit. But anyway, that's all there is to this thing. I mean, it's got a plastic cap, which I'll have to find. I've laid it somewhere and hid it for myself. You just take off right here, put your bucket down there, drain straight down. You know, got to remove an oil filter on the other side. No big deal. You're back in business for another year. If you do have one of these, though, mice love building nests, well, in about any mower. But this one in particular, the way the air vents, you really need to take it apart before you start your mowing season and clean the mouse nests out of it, because it'll heat this thing up, and it'll overheat and burn your motor up. And it's a good motor. I mean, the 17.5 Briggs & Stratton, I haven't had any issues with them. I mean, you just saw one that's over 20 years old, still running. Yeah, it's smoking a little bit, but you would too if you've been mowing lawns as long as that thing's been around. This one here don't smoke at all. Fires up, sounds great when it does fire up. I mean, it's quiet. Good little motor. Anyway, I'm going to put this thing back together, and y'all have yourself a good weekend. Later now.